hello, hello. How's it going? We are back with another editing video. We haven't done this over a month, so overdue, I would say. Overdue for another horse stream like this. Here we are. Hope you're all doing fine. Hope your week has been a good one. Staying safe. 2021 has started off pretty well, actually. I wasn't so sure how we were going to start off our year, but so far everything seems pretty steady. Announce this on the Discord. Yeah, oh, okay, V6 did it for me. Alright. So, I've already started this a little bit ahead of stream. This is that word. Thalassophobia. This was a story stream that Zen did along with Smile Dog. If you remember that video. That was actually the last editing stream I did, was Smiling Dog, and this was at the end of that audio clip. All of this. So now we're going to be working on this one, and yeah, we'll do our usual stuff. Horsey stream. Yes, indeed, Shura. How you doing? Very nice to see you here. Alright. Just for you guys, before I actually go ahead and start editing all this, let's start from the beginning so you guys are caught up with what I've done. I'm doing alright, just waiting for class to be over. Yes, school is still happening, ain't it? I told Zen that this wouldn't be a right time, but he insists. He's not even here. He's not even here. I just realized that. Spring break is next week. Good. That's good. Have a bit of a break from school, all that working. And soon enough we'll have our summer. I cannot take any I cannot take any of the stories seriously when the channel's name is Sloppy Penguin and there is a dancing horse in some of the streams. But when the full video, when the actual video itself is done, there won't be any dancing horse in sight or floating rams. How you doing, Lightning? Nice to see you here again. I'm going to alert Zen I'm streaming. I'll still see the dancing horse anyway when I'm listening with my eyes closed. How you doing, Moody? Good to see you here, man. Is stream quiet for you, Lightning, or is it just me? Is it quiet? Let me have a listen. I guess it is a bit quiet. Hold on, let me turn this up for you guys. You let me know how this sounds. Ah, yes, the editing horse. Mr. Zen, how does the volume sound? It's fine. I wouldn't know, I don't have headphones on. Sounds alright. Good. I did knock it up a bit. Well, I've knocked up the volume range itself. I didn't knock up my voice. Do I sound clear? Yep. Like you knocked up that May. Ooh, the YouTube's not the place to be talking about that, Zan. Loud and clear, perfect. Yeah, sorry about that, Sherry, about your Chromebook. Also, some people didn't think this was my actual last name until they saw my work schedule. Skillin? Well, you are skilling. You're skilling with all that drawing of Doodle Horse. Because your last name's actually Villain. Sure, a villain. No doodles for you, Zen. Alright. So, for those who are late to the stream, I've already gone ahead and did a little bit of editing already with the with this new story. This new story, Zen did a stream with Smile Dog and this one, which is called Thalassophobia. The fear of big, deep bodies of water. You remembered last stream I did Smile Dog, and now this stream we'll be doing Thalassophobia. I would say the campaign would be better without that glitch because it's kind of ruined my immersion. What campaign? Campaign? We talk about Call of Duty here all of a sudden? Captain Price here. Bravo 6 going dark. It might actually be my favorite story. You could relate to this story, Zen. Because you have that phobia as well. Which is funny because you have like a off-on sort of like relationship with bodies of water. Like when you did the Maya's birthday, you went to the aquarium. Okay, hang on. Hey, Bay, how you doing? Star Wars Battlefront 2 stormtroopers that I killed would just start ascending. I said that in the previous comment. Oh, sorry. I must have missed that one, Lightning. Oh, yes. I see now. Just finished a campaign for Star Wars from Battlefield 2, and I encountered a glitch where all the stormtroopers I killed would just start ascending. By the way, the stream isn't quiet for me. Good, I'm glad the stream's not quiet. And Zen's talking about bitcoins. Beastars, the new anime. I'd watch it. I'm not even a fan of anime, and I'd watch it. All I'll say then is that I hope to see more Swedish hay when you get your money 10 years from now. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get you guys caught up with the stories so far, what I've done. It'll also give me like time to like review what I've already did in case there was a mistake I missed. So let's get to it.
Thalassophobia is the persistent and intense fear of deep bodies of water, such as the sea, oceans, pools, or lakes. I hate the water. Always have, always will. Oh sure, I've swum in pools and jumped off diving boards like any other person, but I have never once allowed my feet to leave the ground at a beach or lake. Something about not having solid ground to stand on freaks me out, and the inky blackness surrounding you could be hiding anything. The silt, swirling, shrouding this foreign environment in a sickly green-gray cloak. You're left defenseless, weak, out of your league, while everything in there with you has evolved to thrive. That tug you feel on your ankle could simply be the grasping tendrils of seaweed, but your panic at the thought of it being something more malicious. Your fight or flight response kicks in. Flight is your only option at this point. You're outmatched. It has you, and your only hope is to make a break for the surface. Desperately, you kick and claw at the water, hoping against hope that whatever is down there can't catch up. Slowly, you paddle up to the surface, but it's not enough. Humans were never meant to swim quickly. You feel those ghastly green ropes tying you down like anchors, tightening, wrenching down on your heel. You look down in a vain attempt to free yourself, only to discover that it had been all in your head. That seaweed monster you envisioned was really just some aquatic weeds that had become entangled around you as you swam. I can't properly explain thalassophobia better than that. It's a primal, visceral fear, and for good reason. Our ancestors knew that in the water they couldn't fight back against an attacker or even run away, and thus they grew to fear that which they did not understand. Though as technology advanced, we enabled ourselves to indulge our curiosity and explore this forbidden land. However, many of us still retain that terror which our ancestors felt, and this is what led me in a direction I would ultimately regret following. My name is Dr. Francis Thurston. It is currently 12:05 p.m. on this 12th of April, 1923. I am with patient 233-012, and this will be session number 3. The typewriter stamped each letter in harsh black ink with a sickening clank. Ever since opening this accursed mental health facility, I've had to play the sonographer in every single session I've done, and the incessant mechanical clicks of this damned machine are driving me mad. I had opened this facility in the hopes of shedding new light on mental illness. My colleagues believe these people are unfit to be treated as humans, seeing them as defective. What load of claptrap. These are human beings with thoughts and emotions, not some product of mishap on an assembly line. Alright, so ma'am, can you tell me about these dreams you've been having as of late? Her long black hair crinkled and parted as she lifted her head to speak. I see visions, Mr. Thurston. A city just like out your window, but in the wrong spot. She gestured behind me at a glass panel that was the room's only source of natural light. All right, Sarah, that's interesting. Can you tell me why it's in the wrong spot? No, I can't, sir. All I know is that it was underwater. There was a green light everywhere and black things swimming down below me. It all looked so real, like I was looking at pictures. Odd, I thought. Some other patients told me similar things in their sessions as well. Sarah, could you tell me if you remember hearing anything? She looked around the room as she thought. No, sir. No voices, at least. I did hear this loud rumbling noise, like the sound when a boulder falls down a slope, but that's all. Okay, good. The typewriter had begun to get on my nerves once more. And what about when you're awake? Do you see anything then? Oh, Lord, no, sir. Nothing like that. The most I'll hear or see is the people on the sidewalk, strolling by my window. I dismiss her and have a nurse escort her back to her room, going over the notes on all of my patients that I had reported similar dreams. They all seemed completely unrelated. Sarah Stevens, a 31-year-old married mother of one. Jack Walters, a 37-year-old detective from across town with no living kin to speak of. And Tom Sutton, a deranged man of 34, who despite my reservations, my staff had put in a straitjacket because he would fly into wild fits, yelling and screaming about eyes watching him, and that he will awaken. The question of what linked my patients would haunt me for over a month, until the state would hand over a guilty defendant whose attorney had tried for the insanity plea. The call came at 8:30. Storm clouds had blown in from the coast, and the chief of police wanted to get the defendant assessed as quickly as possible. As the stars were slowly blotted out of existence, the transport vehicle backed up and 2 armed guards stepped out from either side. Doors flung open as the man was wheeled in. Leather belts adorned every limb, and a muzzle was strapped to the lower half of his face. Most striking were his eyes. As I held the door open for the guards, he turned to look as he passed. His pupils were shrunk. Or maybe his eyes were open as wide as possible, but in them I saw a look of hollow fear, as though the being in front of me was simply a husk, scared for every waking moment of his life. I'm so sorry, Francis. The judge ordered an immediate examination of his mental state, and you were the only psychiatrist I knew who wouldn't have shot me dead as soon as I called. No, it's fine, Frank. I just wish you had given me more warning about it. So what's all this about anyhow? Well, He paused to remove his cap as he looked down at the floor. Even after becoming chief of police, Frank was still a bit squeamish when it came time to reveal the more bloody details of his cases. His name is Harrison Brown. He's 32 years old, has had 3 children and a wife, according to his neighbors. He went on a trip to some town they had never heard of. They said he was different once he returned. Listless. Almost as if he had forgotten his personality back at town. A few weeks later, those same neighbors complained about a smell coming from the house. When my officers got there, they found the bodies of his children and wife strewn around his living room. And upstairs. He paused to take a deep breath. Upstairs, my officers found him in what used to be the room of his youngest daughter. Symbols had been written on every exposed surface in what we think was his family's blood mixed with his own. He was curled up in a ball, staring at the corner of the room, muttering to himself. One of my men got close enough to hear what he was saying. And? Well, he ended up shooting himself a few days later. We never got to find out what he heard. As for the other officer, he's shell-shocked and has been throwing up at the sight of blood. We had to let him go for obvious reasons. All right. Well, I suppose I should get to work, if you'd be so kind. Oh yes, absolutely. I'll send you a bottle of bourbon when this is over. Just make sure not to let the state hear about it. I smiled as I showed him out. Frank had been a very close friend ever since high school, and when prohibition became law, we developed the habit of misplacing evidence on occasion, after a big case or sometimes just because we felt like it. Returning to the room where I was storing Mr. Brown, I heard him shrieking. Most of it was garbled, but I could make out the words, water, him, scared, and see. As I wheeled him to my office, I noticed that he would go silent whenever lightning flashed, as if in anticipation. It is 8:27 p.m. on...
Alright, so now you guys are caught up. Everything sounds fine on my end. And now I can go and read back what you guys were saying in chat. else. The way you're presenting this story and how Zen is narrating it makes me interested in this. Thank you. I didn't know you were in there. Also, you use. Am I using Vegas Pro? I am. I'm using Sony Vegas Pro 16. Waves in the background and typewriter. Okay, sure, I can do that. Your voice is creepy. Yes, a horror story, everyone. You can do a lot of them. We do have a lot of them, yeah. You can easily find them. We made a playlist of all the horror stories we've done. The first ever story we've ever done was the Skinwalker. Zen, if you're in chat, which horror story do you recommend people should check out? I know there's one particular story that you really enjoy. Like White Christmas? Honestly, yeah, I was looking for the videos that we have, and I think White Christmas is probably my favorite one. The Hungarian one? Yes, the Gloomy Sunday, that one's called, as well as Krampus. Yeah, if you guys want to check them out, hold on, if I can find them real quick. I would have thought it would have been like on the first lot of playlists. Oh, I need to fix that then. I need to put that on the recommendation playlist. I made some progress bait. It was pretty nice. Oh, the Little Nightmare thing. Yeah, I need to fix customize channel, I think. Oh, that's how you add more channels. Okay, here we go. I'm wondering how you add more featured channels. There's one person I need to add on there. If I can remember how to spell their name. There we go. There, add it to the list. What was this that we could add? Hey there, Funtime Fred Boy. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. What am I working on? We are working on the next horror story. This one is called the Thalassophobia, the fear of deep bodies of water. This is what we got so far. It's just the audio track, and then once we're done with the audio track, we can work on music, sound effects, and visuals. Do I have a Discord account? I'm pretty sure a lot of people have a Discord account. But yes. I want to ask Al a question. What's that question? How good would you say you are at voice acting? A lot of people think I have a wide range of like voices I can do. We also have the channel owner, Floppy Penguin, who's narrated this. If you want to have a listen to how he sounds.
As if in anticipation. It is 8:27 p.m. on... My thoughts were elsewhere as I typed. For once, I failed to notice the sound of the typewriter. Hey, Doc, what you doing? His voice was hoarse as he croaked out each word. Hang on, his voice is hoarse. Hey, Doc, what you doing? His voice was hoarse as he croaked out each word.
That's the channel's owner's voice. In case you're curious. I'm the editor of the channel. Wait. I'm waiting. I do own this channel, yeah. It's a two-man channel. And now Floppy Penguin makes the commentaries, playing the games and all that, and I edit the videos and upload them to YouTube. You misheard? Not a problem, buddy. How you doing? Actually, I got a question. How did you find our channel if you're new here? I'm always curious how people find YouTube channels. I found it while looking for Jackbox game streams. Really? Interesting. And did one of our old streams pop up? Oh, okay. Very interesting. Yeah, we do a lot of Jackbox actually on weekends. Sometimes on the weekdays, depending how we're feeling. I would like to see if you can do me a favor. Do you a favor? working on a show called Objects Glitched, and I need all the characters to have a voice. Alright. And you're seeing if we can voice them. Let me have a look at your channel real quick. Speedrun, broken challenge. Senior team on the current cast. Right. I'm a little full on like work right now with like YouTube channel and also helping out an artist with their book. But I'll talk to Floppy Penguin about this and we'll keep in mind about this in the future. Hey, Wembley, how you doing? Fred Boy, do you do these drawings yourself? Your BFB videos. How are we doing? We're doing great. We're back at it again with the streams. Horace is at it with his editing videos again. The most recent one, yes. The teapot prediction. Crazy horse. The other BFB ones I used images I found online and I did credit them. Right, yeah, I see now. Objects glitched intro. Ambitious, yeah. You're back. This is the real Floppy Penguin, by the way, in chat. And an idea for the show is for the cast to go to an anti-world. And they would meet their anti-selves. Funtime Fred Boy was showing me what they've been working on, and they were offering us a voice acting position. But as of right now, for me anyway, I'm a little busy with the video editing and the book I'm working on with my artist friend. Also, I did not notice until too late that there were a 7:13 gender ratio. Horse has a few different assignments. I do, yeah. But here's what's interesting is Fredboy found us when they were looking through Jackbox streams. So they actually found our old streams on YouTube. Which I find really interesting that like YouTube's recommending our streams now. Editing video included. Well, this is just one of the many things I have to do. Your day's been going well? That's good to hear, Wem. Busy bee horse. That's it. Busy bee horse. In fact, let me draw a busy bee horse for you guys. So Horse is the editor, artist, and Zen is the streamer and creator of these videos, I guess. Pseudo artist. We have a proper artist who does like the channel's banner, profile, and a few video arts as well. I'm a bumblebee horse. I'm a bumblebee horse. I'm a bumblebee horse. I'm a bumblebee horse. Are you a bumblebee horse? No, I'm a bumblebee horse. Okay, yeah, we need water sound effects in the beginning and typewriter. Yeah, I got that. This is the exact content I came here for. Perfect. I'm glad I'm glad to hear that. This is my favorite song now, Horsey. My bumblebee horse. Alright, I've been sitting on this sound clip and done nothing with it so far. So let's get some video work done. We're just very weird on this channel. Oh, trust me, if you've seen some of the videos already uploaded, like the Sticks and Bones video, you would quickly know how weird we are. Zone 10. Is that why it goes by now? Waiting for CG5 to just come out of nowhere. CG5. I feel like I should know what that means. Musician? I know I've got more outlandish minds than all of you combined. I'm still waiting on your Reddit video, Booty. Was it called the Moodits? You gonna go? Alright, Fred boy. Hey, thank you for coming by. You were a lot of fun to talk to. See you soon. I got a run, but wanted to stop by and look and support. Talk to you all later. Thanks so much, Wim. You take care now. Oh yeah, we had to stall it at the moment because I've got college stuff and catch up with at the moment. Gotcha. Alright, no worries then, man. Later, peeps.
It is 8:27 p.m. on... My thoughts were elsewhere as I typed. For once, I failed to notice the sound of the typewriter. Hey, Doc! What you doing? His voice was hoarse as he croaked at...
Hold on.
27 p. 27 p.m. on...
EM. EM Sports.
7 p.m. on... My thoughts were elsewhere as I typed. For once, I failed to notice the sound of the typewriter. Hey, Doc! What you doing?
I know I redid that. Oh.
Hey, Doc. Writer. Hey, Doc, what you doing? His voice was hoarse as he croaked out each word.
His voice was croak. His feet squish.
Hey, Doc, what you doing? His voice was hoarse as he croaked out each word. Recording the time, date, and your name for our records. Now, can you tell me why you murdered your wife, Mr. Brown? I did them a kindness, Doc.
Hey, Doc, I did them a kindness. Well, let me tell you who she said and he said and what she said, alright? I told her I said this and she said that. Okay, Doc, and then I popped them in the head, okay? That's how I imagine the guy is talking. But I must say, the video style-wise looks better than the pilot. With the background, the text, the whole aesthetic is more open. Since it involves an old friend of mine. Good. I look forward to it, man. What if at this point you just picture a horse since his voice was hoarse? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Oh no, what happened? Oh no! Why does it do that? Okay. I think I've got it under control.
Hey Doc, what you doing? His voice was hoarse as he croaked out each word. Recording the time, date, and your name for our records. Now, can you tell me why you murdered your wife, Mr. Brown? I did them a kindness, Doc. He saw me, he saw them. I shot them in the head, over in an instant. It was merciful compared to what his followers would have done. Mm-hmm. And who is this? He. And who are his followers? His eyes squinted as the muscles in his cheeks tightened to form a grin. Hang on, I'm gonna read that again.
Oh dear.
His eyes squinted as the muscles in his cheeks tightened to form a grin. His pupils dilated, and for the first time I saw just how dead behind the eyes he really was. He, the great dreamer. He, who tends to be the great old ones. Oh, hang on. He, the great dreamer. He, who tends to the great old ones. He, who would bring about the end of man. His followers would be everywhere. Hang on. His followers be everywhere. They see all. They hear all. No.
Okay, you guys get it. The guy is a little hoarse.
I did them a kindness, Doc. He saw me. He saw them. I shot them in the head, over in an instant. It was merciful compared to what his followers would have done. Mm-hmm. And who is this? He. And who are his followers? His eyes squinted as the muscles in his cheeks tightened to form a grin. Hang on, I'm gonna read that again. His eyes squinted. His eyes squinted.
His eyes squinted. His eyes squinted. His eyes squinted. His eyes squinted.
And who are his followers? His eyes squinted as the muscles in his cheeks tightened to form a grin. His pupils dilated, and for the first time I saw just how dead behind the eyes he really was.
Hold on. Every few seconds he has to do an ASMR of him just eating hay. I don't want that. I don't want to imagine that buff horse twerking. I don't think he can. I think if he did that, he would probably break the world. Alright.
Guys, he really was. He, the great really was. He.
He was pretty thick though. The thighs were proportionate. The balance was just right.
Guys, he really was. He, the great dreamer. He, who tends to be the great. He, the great dreamer. He, who tends to be the great old ones. Oh, hang on. He, the great dreamer. He, who tends to the great. He, the great dreamer. He, who tends to the great old ones. He, who would bring about the end of man. His followers would be everywhere. Hang on. His followers be everywhere. His followers.
His followers. Guys, he's talking about us. We're the followers. We're the subscribers. I want Cthulhu to have, like, followers, but also have subscribers. So like people who don't have the time to like worship him, but they can subscribe and know what's going on. Yeah, I'm a fellow subscriber of Cthulhu. Also, guys, I've left a poll voting on the Discord channel. If you check announcements, you can see a poll vote if you guys want to check that out. Cthulhu's OnlyFans. I donated $20, but he wouldn't do it.
His followers be.
Wait, that reminds me. Wasn't there a dating sims of Cthulhu? I feel like I've seen that somewhere. I see it, but what's it called? Sucker for Love. On Ichigo. Yeah, I remember seeing. What? I offered him a sacrifice, but he never responded back. Yes, this is exactly what I'm thinking. I gotta show this to Zen. There you go, Zen. Have fun! But yeah, on Discord we have in announcements a voting poll if you guys want to check that out. It's about me. Oh yeah, I was supposed to add in the horror story playlist onto our front page. No, not. Is it this? No, is it that one? Interactive horror stories. That's not right. There we go. Creepy and soothing stories. Yes, let's add that to the list. I'm gonna put that up here as well. No, put it up. Ooh. Put it up there. YouTube. Oh my god. It won't do it. It won't actually do it. What the fuck? Let me move the playlist. Oh, that's interesting. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, now it's actually working. Done. Very good. Okay, there we go. Now the creepy stories are there on the recommended playlist. Okay. Good. Perfect. So now if I go back to my channel and then I go scrolling down, we can see it didn't update. Great. That's terrific. I spent my time doing all that and it didn't even work. It didn't work, YouTube. It didn't work. And if it don't work, then it ain't gonna work. That's my motto. If it didn't work, it ain't gonna work. No, that's a bad motto. Don't go by that. I'll probably just have to give it some time for it to actually update. Or maybe it's already updated for you guys. Who knows?
His followers be everywhere. They see all. They hear all. Nowhere is safe from them. Not even the seas.
Not even the subscribers.
The mention of sea.
The mention of sea.
Not even the seas. The mention of seas caught my attention. I had to ask. I felt an all-consuming curiosity to know, as if I was being pointed to it by an invisible stranger.
If it don't work, it ain't gonna twerk. Hi, what's this? This is a video editing of our upcoming story telling video. What's it called? I can't for the life of me remember. Thalassophobia, there we go. Yes, we're narrating the story of Thalassophobia, a creepypasta based on Lovecraftian story. And yeah, you're seeing me edit the narrator, and I'm going to be adding visuals and sound effects and music to this video, and then upload it to YouTube. So consider this a behind the scenes. We just generally like to just chill and relax, and talk to each other. How you doing, by the way? How you doing, Tell You Nope? All this editing was done today? Half of it. I've done these before the stream, but hopefully by the end of the stream I'll have this all done and ready for either this stream or the next stream when I'll add in the sound effects. We have a general idea what we're going to put in. I'm good. You? I'm doing alright. Yeah, I'm doing alright. It's nice to be back doing editing streams again. I think it's been over a month since I did the last one. Now, I'm curious, Tell You Nope, how did you find our stream? How did you find it? I'm curious about how people find us on YouTube. I forgot how bad editing subtitles is. I've never tried it myself. I should, because we don't have subtitles for any of our storytelling videos. But go on, tell me how tell me how bad it is.
The mention of seas caught my attention. I had to ask. I felt an all-consuming curiosity to know, as if I was being pointed to it by an invisible stranger. Mr. Brown, you don't happen to have dreams of a sunken city underwater, do you?
To be completely honest, no idea. This has nothing to do with what I was watching. It was the next video after a random funny Code Mike moments. Oh, really? Okay. Very interesting. Oh hey, thank you so much for dropping by. If this is like, if this isn't really your type of content, then I understand. But we do appreciate you sticking around. Are you using Vegas 16? I am, yes. Especially if it's different colored texts you have to work with, and you have to go back to a point and also hope you didn't put an effort. Oh, you're talking about editing texts in a video. I thought you meant like YouTube's captions. Did you take a look at the new one? Actually, I haven't, no. I've more or less just stuck with what I had for years now. I've had 16 for a long time now. I don't even know what number we're on. What number we're on? 19? Or 18. It looks like we're on 18. It's pretty cool, but it's still buggy because 2 new 18. Alright, 18. I meant putting text on screen. It sucks and this time consuming. Yeah, it is very time consuming. And I understand the coloring thing because you want to like match it to the person who's talking. I've had a video from another YouTuber, Final Harps. He had a lot of people commenting on there as well. Like he had a lot of people in his chat. So I had to like figure out what colors they should all have, and some of them don't even come up again. So I have to remember not to use that color again. You got more of your bitcoins, more of those bitcoins ready for the future. Aren't they high right now, or did they drop already? They're probably going up. Thank God it's only 3 people I have to worry about. I don't remember how many I had to work with. Like 6, probably. Went €750 more than last time I checked. Oof. See, if I knew about bitcoins a long time ago, I mean, I heard about it, but I never really got into it. I'd probably be rich if I held on to them. It's about getting as much higher. It's about to get much higher. Biden is about to pass a $1.9 trillion spending bill. The market's going to go crazy. So buying now. True. Yes, the value of the dollar is going to go straight down once that passes. Didn't you say there was another bill he's spending as well? So it's to do with the COVID protection or something? Yeah, me neither. Had a friend who bought a pizza with it or something. He bought a pizza with bitcoins. That's interesting. To think that there's a pizzeria that's accepting cryptocurrency. I mean, everyone is on it now. Everyone is getting into it. And if more and more people get into it, the more valuable it's going to get, really. Another bill he wants is infrastructure, which will be 3 or 4 trillion, where it's doubled the amount he's going to spend first. I couldn't have invested myself at the time, or also would have had everything done. Yeah, pretty much. And I don't even have like that kind of money to spend, so I'm not even gonna be ready for when that happens. To be fair, like this is all happening in America. The value of the money is gonna go down. So for me, it's not going to do much since I'm not in the United States. It's probably owned by me Beast. If you have to use cryptocurrency to pay for food. Oh, do you mean Mr. Beast? It's probably owned by Mr. Beast. Oh yeah, he does have a restaurant, doesn't he? Oh, he has some kind of building. After Tesla bought like 1.5 billion normal, everyone wants to keep it. Oh no, 1.5 bitcoins. I thought you said 1.5 billion. I'm like, that's a lot. Wait, your phone auto-corrected to me from Mr.? That's dumb. Oh, he did get 1.5 billion in bitcoins. Is that true? Is that how many bitcoins there really are out there? There's over 1 billion? That's nuts. I kind of want to see like his I want to kind of find like his CFOs just like going up to his office. Mr. Musk, did you just spend like half of our allowance on bitcoins? Yeah, I did. But what if like what if the Bitcoin crash? What are you gonna do then, sir? I'm gonna frame it on my wall. That's what I'm gonna do. And send it to space. I'm gonna send it to the space colony. But sir, they don't need the Bitcoins. They need oxygen. Yeah, I'm gonna send them some Bitcoins.
Water, do you? Black figures moving below as green lights shine. The grin he once held had widened, and all this time he hadn't blinked even once, and his eyes had grown bloodshot. I'll cut you a deal, Doc. You let me out of this jacket for a few hours, and I'll tell you all. Against my better judgment, I unbuckled the restraints on his jacket. Before he was free, I locked the door and showed him the pistol I kept in my desk as a warning against attacking me. Okay. As I
Oh, to get my what I like to call the Frankenstein. Zen's back. Probably bought more coins.
attacking me. As I loosened the last strap, I felt his arms relax. He took a long, deep breath, savoring his newfound freedom.
I've only recently started buying it. Yeah, I think it's about 4 days ago he started doing this. So while he's a little late to it, this is probably like the last best time to get them before they really get expensive. New COVID news for Friday is going to be interesting to see play out. What about Mr. Johnson? How much did it cost you to get 0.01 coins then? Like $500, would it? 500 euros? Yeah. Ethereum is a good coin to get as well. It's only 1.8k. See, Right there, 1.8k. When you say it's a good price, that's how much money I have in total. So when you say it's a good price, you mean it's good for you. Around 550 USD to get, yeah. Saying that you can go out with one other household to go social, whatever that means. Saying that you can go out with one other household. So he means like you and one family member that's living in your, well, not family member, but anyone that lives in your household is allowed out to go socialize. Or does it mean a group of 2 people is allowed to go out? So I grab someone from my household and then someone else in my household gets another member and then they go out, but we're not together. When I say good price, I mean as an asset. For the potential payout, it is extremely good. Yeah. But I just find it funny when you say that's good, when that is more than I have existing in my bank right now. I just find it funny. I just find it funny when you say that's a good price, when that could bankrupt me. I would become homeless if I did that. I would have to keep an iPad on me for 10 years. Don't let it die for 10 years. And survive on the street. And then I'll use all those bitcoins I purchased to get my money back. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you're the streamer. You're using the name. But the guy in chat, that's someone else talking right now. I'm not texting. I'm talking with the mic. The guy in the chat is the real Floppity Penguin. Person that's talking in the stream is my editor host. Yeah, I'm the editor. I'm like using this channel to stream. And he's in chat, so he gets to still interact with you guys while he's off doing busy stuff. No, another person from another household can socialize outside. Right, yeah, so only 2 people are allowed out of the house, I guess is what they're trying to say. Could be anyone, I presume. He's editing one of our horror videos, and I'm working till I'm done. Yeah, precisely. Precisely.
Rotating his arms, jogging in place. He seemed like a perfectly normal man, except for his eyes. So, what else do you know, Mr. Brown?
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Brown would go... Hang on. Mr. Brown would go on to explain about a town.
You're the horse from Adventure Time? That is the gif on the screen. Yes, that's James Baxton. But I am... Yeah, James Baxton. There you are. No, I am a unique horse. As unique can get. I only use the gif on the screen because, like, that's the only animated horse that I like. And the ram on the left is something that our community made. Unihorse. The real unicorn? Unihorse. Oh, unique. Sorry. I must have said it too fast. Unihorse. That's not even his final form. If I could just... I would love to change the speed of the GIF just to make him work even faster. So it's like, that's not even my final form. Nah, it was a joke. Gotcha. Like unicorn. Like Charlie. Charlie the unicorn. Charlie. Katie Mountain Charlie.
Town off the East Coast that he visited, all the way up to when he arrived on my doorstep in maximum security restraints. He seemed perfectly sane.
He twerks faster than Super Saiyan glows around him and he upgrades. Exactly! That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Restraints. He seemed perfectly sane, except for the talk of some god in his cult.
Plays it faster, the horse enters Saiyan mode. Exactly. I don't know if there is a way to do that using XSplit. Probably not. Filters, filters. I could I could change how it looks. Monochrome? Inverted? Oh, he's he's entering another space. Blurry? Blurry horse. Sketchy horse. Ew. You know, if I ever have notepads on the screen, that would be what I would want. That would be exactly what I would want. Old horse. Sketch horse is probably my favorite right now. Lol, the blue one actually looks like something out of the show. Or the sketchy one. The sketchy one kind of reminds me of that one song. I'm very bad with names, but I think you know what I mean when I say that one song. I can't say it on stream because otherwise DMCA. What was that blue one you thought? This one? Inverted horse. Just because of the name? No, I don't remember the name myself, but I can't play it on stream neither because of the DMCA. Hold on, hang on, I can find out the name. Oh, is it really called Take On Me? I thought it was something else. Yeah, it's Take On Me I was referring to. Yeah, DMCA takes you down just by mentioning the name. I wouldn't pass them. I would honestly wouldn't pass them on that idea. Like, they would do anything just to get a quick buck off you. Exactly, Moody. And that's all I can say. What about Ramru? What can she look? What if I make her sketchy? She looks like a cookie. Ah, the black sheep of the bunch. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any sort of way to change the speed of them. Unless, like, if I buy a premium version of XSplit, there'll probably be a function then. But I ain't doing that. Watch out, almost looks like a goat demon. Goat demons. Fluffy one. How did you find the stream again? I think he said it was automatic. Like, he just automatically found the stream. You're already subbed. Ah, so it doesn't just recommend any random video. Interesting. YouTube is a very interesting platform indeed.
I allowed him to remain without his restraints for the remainder of his stay. I locked his room for the night.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. It really helps us out.
Of his stay. I locked his room for the night and went to bed with little success. Regardless of the regardless of the success. Regardless of success. Success. Regardless of the validity of his claims, Mr.
YouTube shows me your stream too as recommended. So I guess it only shows like subscribed streams in your recommendations. Well, that's not true because I'm looking on Lo-Fi right now. The music that's played on the background. I see like live now of different different music streams. So that can't be right. No problem, gotta give support to who deserves it. Oh, thank you so much. That really means a lot to us. Probably, or to subscribe on recommended because you're live, or if people are searching for a type of content, probably. Possibly, yeah. They would show you those live streams because the algorithm thinks you're looking for those specific types of videos. Yeah. Code Myco. I'm just wondering if Code Myco has anything to do with their streamer. Could it just... I think what might be doing it is that I set the streams category to people on blog. Maybe Code... is it Myco or Miko? Animated characters. Maybe they had people on blog as a category as well. That's my only guess. I mean, I can't think of anything else I could put editing under as category, so that makes sense. People and blog. I'm mostly just talking and chilling. However, if it was on YouTube that you follow, the algorithm knows that you watch them anyway, so it'll recommend stuff from them regardless if you watch them religiously or not, and you have the bell on. That bell never really works for me. I thought it would tell me, like, in the emails when someone makes a new video. So I have no idea what the bell really does. I've always thought, like, well, I thought what I just said, but I also thought that the bell was like a secure way to say, like, yes, I would like to see videos of these guys even if I don't watch them for a while. Because I do now and then notice some videos go unnoticed in my subscription box. Nah, it just gives it on the bell by your account. YouTube doesn't put my videos to my subs. It's annoying. Like any post, it notifies. Yeah. Yeah, there was a fair bit of videos I saw from one channel that I haven't seen like 2 or 3 months ago. That I just wasn't paying attention. Notorious problem, definitely, yeah. It's why people are trying to find new ways to like notify people, whether it's on like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, even like Gmail and emails. They'll notify you when the YouTube goes up. Hey Joyce, how you doing? Hope you keep it safe.
Claims Mr. Brown had still managed to get to me. Wait, hang on. Mr. Brown had still managed to get. Regardless of the validity of his claims, Mr. Brown had.
Oops.
Claims Mr. Brown had still managed to get to me. That night, once I had managed to drift off, I experienced a very similar dream to what my patients had experienced.
I don't see my notifications anymore, so who am I to talk? I don't look at my notifications. I've set it up so that my YouTube, whenever I click on YouTube on my bookmark, it would always go to the subscription box. Because I know if you click on YouTube or you search up YouTube on Google, it will send you straight to the trending page, you know, like what you could like or what you might want to look at or what's popular right now. And that's a good way to find new people. But I generally just like to look at my subscription, see what my channels are uploading. So I've set it up to be like that. I've not seen what's going on with like clothings and music, films, trending. I've not seen them in years. Not properly, anyway. I think the last time I ever checked trending was just to check if a certain YouTuber was actually trending. And that was the only time. If you want to go into a random adventure, just go into incognito mode to YouTube and start playing random videos, and when you will go to your homepage, you will mix and match them all up. Ah, really? That's actually a good point, because when you go into incognito mode, all your information about you is hidden. So you are just like a completely new person to them. It's not fun. Markiplier did it. I haven't seen Markiplier in a long time. Really, I honestly, I don't even hear about him anymore. I used to hear him a lot on like social media and stuff, but now I think you just have to actively look to see what he's doing, because it doesn't seem like anyone else is talking about him. Not unless you actually deliberately go out your way to find out what Markiplier is doing. The rabbit hole went so deep for me, it was nuts. When was the last time? I can't remember when, but I know the last videos I saw was him just, what was it? Try Not to Laugh compilations. And now and then just kind of watch like random funny videos I find on YouTube. And I think Markiplier popped up once for me, and I watched some of his. And I think the last one I actually watched was the one where he didn't laugh. And he was very happy about that one. But other than that, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's making more of those interactive videos, or if he's playing any more games. "2019 was the last one of those funny videos." Really? Wow. Well, I know it wasn't in 2019. distinctly remember it was in 2020. You shall not speak of what is dead. Thanks. Huni Pop 2. Never heard of it. I've heard of this music though. This music's played on stream like all the time. Huni Pop looks like I will get banned if I show that on YouTube. So I shall not show that on YouTube.
Patients had experienced. Maybe I was just... Maybe I was just letting everything get under my skin. That bottle of bourbon would be more welcome than I could have imagined. I awoke I awoke to the wall of a nurse bolting up. Oh, wall. Whale. Okay, I'm so stupid. I awoke to the wail of a...
Your first game was great, played it the whole way through 100%. What? Honey Pop? It looks like a Bubble Bobble looking game.
I woke to the...
If any of you guys remember what Bubble Bobble was. Or is. I don't know if it's still like popular. Exactly what it is. Yeah. I had a feeling it would be. It looked like it would be them kind. It's a satire on dating sims pretty much. Just with some extra noises and you know what's. A pair of you know what's.
I awoke to the wail of a nurse bolting up. Hang on. I awoke to the wail of a nurse. Bolting up, I could hear her running down the halls in a panic. Tossing on something just so I was dressed, I ran to her. She had fallen against a wall and was wide-eyed and shivering. I asked what happened, and all she did was point a quivering finger to Mr. Brown's room. The door was cracked open, but there wasn't enough light from the window in his room to illuminate anything from where the nurse and I were. I stood up, turned towards the door, and took a step forward. The door handle was... Turned towards the door and took a step forward. The door handle was...
What is my mic? My mic is the Blue Snowball. Floppy Penguin got it for me. And it was a much needed upgrade too. Like the original desktop mic I had, there was a lot of feedback in it. I mean, there's probably still feedback on this one too, but this is a much needed upgrade. Now, what I would like is to have a mic stand next to me, so then it's not on the desktop. So it's not on top of my desk, so you don't hear the thumping of me typing on the keyboard. If I have it right next to me on a stand, I could just kind of like adjust it and have it over my mouth so that I can just talk into it and not have the keyboard be picked up by it so much. Gonna have to go soon. Where you going, Zan? A grip hand to the table? I don't know if that will stop the vibration, but maybe. If you want a mic stand, we can talk about it, sure. Yeah, we can talk about it. I probably need to figure out how I can do it. I can't have anything drilled into the wall, for example. Have you had the chance to cut out the bits in the video we don't need? Yeah, I'm doing that now. I'm doing that now, Zen. You see all that lines? That's all chopped up lines. I'm not quite done yet, though. We've still got this lot to do. Why, is that a threat, Zen? Are you threatening me with that? I usually watch YouTubers like Mama Max nowadays. That guy is a saint to the platform. Mama Max. 10 minutes of audio. More than 10 minutes, really. It would say 24 minutes here, but I'm pretty sure if I chop it down a bit, it'll probably be down maybe 19 minutes. Long boy story. Mama Max, let's have a look at you. They're doing nothing for 1 hour straight. Awesome. What? Oh, right, yes, we've got 10 minutes left to do fruit. Yeah. You play anything? On stream, we like to play Jackbox and Among Us and Fall Guys. And now and then we'll also do like some indie requested games. We had, oh, what was it called? It was like a space survival shooter game. That one looked actually pretty fun when Zen did it. Yeah, you can check out all our stuff on our channel. $2D1, you have a crew. One has to guide, see the map, one with a gun. I don't remember that one. Storming out outside right now. I'm gonna hate drifting off tonight. I haven't heard the storm in a long time over here.
The door handle was cold, the result of air conditioning chilling the metal without any door, and took a step forward. The door handle was cold, the result of air conditioning chilling the metal without anything nearby to warm it. As the door opened, I could make out the bed that came in every room. The sheets were gone. More light was allowed in as the doorway opened, and I could see the back of a chair lying on the ground. More light rushed in and shone on the rest of the room, the sickening sound of the fibers rubbing against each other while under tension. The groaning of the water pipes sounded overhead, clear as day. I had seen enough. I turned to close the door as something stopped me dead. Scrawled on the door in his own blood, Mr. Brown had written, "She will lead the way." And below that was written what looked to be a jumble of words. Cthulhu. Once the body had been taken down, Frank showed up with the bottle he promised. Damn, Francis. What the hell happened? God only knows. I took a long swig in a vain attempt to forget what I had seen. She will lead the way. What in God's name did that mean? God. She will lead the way. What in... She will lead the way. What in God's name did that mean? It will lead the way. What in God's name did that mean? It was only until I began to look into the past of some... Oh, hang on. Let me get some water, dude. Yeah, I mean, it was only.
Yeah, intermissions there. When he's drinking his water, he likes to talk. It's probably the only time he'd be able to talk.
It was only until I began to look into the past of some of my patients that I got my answer. All who had reported those same dreams had also at one point or another spent a significant amount of time in the town that Mr. Brown had visited. Sarah had Sarah had been there most recently. Questioning her revealed the key to these strange mass dreams, as I was given directions to the unnamed town. A bus route ran there, as well as a few old railroads. A few spare clothes along with some money, and I was off. The station where the bus ran to and from was just outside the city's outer limits. Gas lamps lit the road as moths fluttered about. The man at the ticket counter seemed nice, if a bit odd when I mentioned my destination while ordering. The bus came and I boarded. There was nothing remarkable about the whole trip. The bus driver was a portly man who wore a cap and old tattered clothes, but was otherwise fairly standard. But was otherwise fairly standard and normal. As we arrived at the town, it seemed as though it had been isolated from the rest of the world. Buildings resembling those from America's colonial days stood, though the paint and wood clearly weren't original to the structure as they hadn't warped or faded. The roads were still cobblestone.
Hey Sarah, how you doing?
The roads were still cobblestone. However, they had gas lamps, which means that this town had contact with the outside world, though not for some time. People wandered about the streets, seemingly normal. There was no...
I meant if you were talking about we need to go deeper. No? I don't think so. Hang on, let me see if I can actually find it. It'll probably be in the live stream. Let's see. Nova Drift 2021. That's what I was talking about.
There was nothing other than the lack of technology to suggest this town was anything but average. As I exited the bus, I was hit by just how salty and thick the air was. It was like trying to breathe in molasses with all the humidity. I would need a place to stay, so I wandered the town looking at the many houses that were in reality very pleasant to look upon. Eventually, I was approached by one of the townsfolk, a little girl in a bright yellow dress.
It's literally the old style games of ships, but with flashier, newer, better looking graphics. Yeah, pretty much. Like Asteroid, but with an upgrade system to it.
Yellow dress. She pointed me towards an inn with earnest zeal and skipped off. What is this town hiding that would drive people mad?
What was my first phone? It would have to be a Nokia of some kind. And it was a Nokia back when it had buttons. I wouldn't know what model it would be though. You've missed me, to be honest. I've missed doing streamings. If you didn't play the house stack game and Snakes, you had a good childhood. Oh, if you did play the house stack games and Snakes, you had a good childhood. I remember doing Snakes, and there was also this Red Ball game that was like 3D, and you had to like tilt the world so it can go through a hole. I don't remember what that was called, but I remember that game on my phone. House stacks I don't recognize though. City Blocks is the name. City Blocks. I think I might have seen games like it, but I played those on like Newgrounds. James having issues? Oh, I did see him saying that uploading is having a hard time uploading videos. Yeah, I hope that clears up soon.
Was all I could think. Mad. Was all I could think as this town hiding that would drive people mad. Was all I could think as the sun slowly set through the window in my small hotel room. The innkeeper was very pleasant, just like...
Wait, hang on.
that would drive people mad. This town hiding that would drive people mad was all I could think as this town hiding that would drive people mad was all I could think as the sun slowly set through the window in my small hotel room.
Wooden Labyrinth 3D Nokia? Don't think so, no. Good old pinball on Windows 7. What was it called? Space Summit? Oh, 3D pinball Space Cadet. Yes, I've played that a lot. And Chip. I remember playing Chip as well.
The innkeeper was very pleasant, just like the girl, and so the story continued on. And so this girl, And so the story continued on and on for 2 more days as people gave me confused looks when I poked and prodded about my patients, or the dreams or cult of my patients. About my patients. About my patients. Or the dreams or cult of him. As I had begun to think of him. As I had begun to think of it as I'm going to read that again. I poked and prodded about my patients. So the story continued on and on for 2 more days as people gave me confused looks when I poked and prodded about my patients, or the dreams or cult. As I had begun to think of it as I poked and prodded about my patients, or the dreams or the cult of him. As I had begun to think of it as and on for 2 more days, poked and prodded about my patients, or the dreams or cult of him. As I had begun to think of it as the cult of him. As I had begun to think of it as maybe this was just to think of it as maybe this was just a huge coincidence. Disheartened. Maybe this was just a huge coincidence. Disheartened, I returned to my room for what would be the final night of my stay. Climbing into bed proved difficult, as did falling asleep. However, sleep did eventually come for me. A few hours later,
Wait. James is doing a scuff phone stream now?
eventually come for me. A few hours later, I couldn't tell how many. Hang on. A few hours later, I couldn't tell how many. I managed to force myself awake. A nightmare had taken me, and I woke to the feeling of clammy palms and soaked clothes. Before I had time to properly comprehend what was going on, I heard a noise of what seemed to be an animal outside. I was on the 2nd floor, so it was probably safe to look out my window. On the street below, I saw nothing out of the ordinary. A street lamp, moths, and a cat. The alleyway across the street was pitch black as the cat began to walk through it. It stopped. It stopped.
Oops.
It stopped. It stopped.
Yeah, the music did stop. What timing?
Walk through it. It stopped suddenly, back arched as it hissed, poised to attack something hiding in the shadows. Without warning, a hand reached out at the cat, grabbing it before it had the chance to run. The hand appeared webbed, with sickly green and blue scales and fins. That's the best I can explain it. Immediately, I rushed out of the hotel, leaving behind all my belongings. It was dark, but by the time I made it to the alley, whatever was hiding had gone. My best guess is that if whatever was hiding had gone. My best guess is that if what I had saw was true, then whatever it was probably needed water to survive. Yeah, I need water to survive. That's why I need to drink more. With no time to waste, my best guess is that if what I had saw was true.
Hey, Tiffany. Am I a fan of SCP? I know it. I know about it. And I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Floppy Penguin actually streamed some SCP games a while ago, maybe over a year ago. How you doing, Tiffany?
True, then whatever it was probably neat. Then whatever then whatever was true.
Not to talk about the games. You mean like the actual experiments? Join until the end of time. How is everyone? We're doing fine. If there's one SCP that sticks out to me the most, it's probably the server. I don't remember what it was called. SCP computer? SCP-079, probably? The one that can communicate. The ones that can communicate are probably my favorite ones. There's another one, there's a mask that communicates. 035, yeah. Hey, it's May. How you doing, May? I'm waiting for the Unity one to be fully released. The lore is huge. Yeah, the ones that can talk are the ones that I'm more interested in. Because I like to hear what they actually have to say. Then you get the weird ones. Then you get like SCP candy. That if you eat it, you die. They're interesting. I be vibing. Also, beside the games and experiments, there are fan-made videos about possible things about the Wikipedia of it. Just huge. Just got out from my doctor appointment. SCP-330. 330. What's that one? Safe. It's a safe one, apparently. Oh, that's the bowl of candies. Yeah. But there was another one, a red one, that I think can kill you if you eat it. More than 2, you lose your hands. Hey, Bay, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm doing well, thanks. Don't take more to respect the rules, man. Yeah, but if you take them, but you don't eat them, will you be fine? If you just hold on to them?
Then whatever it was true. Then whatever it was probably true. Then whatever it was probably needed water to survive.
I hate when he goes away from the mic to take a drink. It's like, finish your sentence first. I might get him to do that one again. Oh, right, you can't even, like, pick them up then. Pick up the bowl. They're in a bowl. Is this going to be the stream of the day? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, but if you mean, like, will Zen stream? He might. He might stream. SO9, the Supernatural right now, but yeah, sure, we'll check it out. Sure.
And whatever it was probably needed water to survive. With no time With no time to waste, I ran till my lungs burned, all the way to the docks. Stealing a boat that was left tied to a post, I rowed out, not knowing which direction to go or...
Imagine saying bad streaming.
With no time to waste, I ran till my lungs burned, all the way to the docks. Stealing a boat that was left tied to a post, I rowed out, not knowing which direction to go or even how far. Eventually, when the strength in my arms had failed, I was left alone in the dark, the town far behind me.
Also, Horse, it's so cool to hear you. It's so cool to hear that you're from England. Glad to hear I'm not the only Brit here. Londoners. Oh, you're from London. Cool. I did not know that. Yes, UK for life. Yeah, we actually we've got a fair bit of UK in the community now. We've got Animu and James, who are Scottish. Me and Bay and Tony, who are from England, and I think Amber's from Wales. And who knows, we probably got someone from Ireland too. Why does YouTube chat not like the Scottish flag? I feel betrayed. Yeah, it's just a blank flag, isn't it? I don't have any of the flags. Or does it? Nope, I don't see any of the flags. Don't have any of the country flags. For shame. Cries in US. Tiff, no. There's plenty of US as well. You know, you got Wem, you got Perky, you've got Zen. GB, why is that not allowed then? Yeah, let me. Really? Yeah, there's actually no emojis for it. Interesting. Very interesting. You guys still part of the EU or not? I don't think we are now. I think we have officially left the EU now. How am I doing today? I'm doing alright. How are you doing, Midnight? I have a Scottish flag emoji. It just isn't welcomed for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up in there. Hey fellas, just 2 hours ago and then nothing just popped up. Sorry, whenever you guys stream, usually it starts late for me since in Europe. However, I usually attend the streams on Fridays or weekends. At least what's good is that I'll still be able to see your streams. I'll be back. I'll have to go pick up my brother from school. Alright, mate. You stay safe out there. Is this a good time for you, Bay? Because whatever time it is here, it'll be the same time for you too. It's 10 p.m. So you're somewhere East Europe then. Not East Europe, sorry. West Europe. Because you're an hour ahead of us then. Tried this another time when there was a bass giveaway. That's why I know that YouTube doesn't like it. Bass giveaway. You mean someone's giving away a fish? Technically for me it's 9:48 p.m. but yeah. At the same time as you, host. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, yeah, so you're also from United Kingdom. Or in that general area, sorry. I think Spain and Portugal are also on the same timeline. Oh, bass, the instrument. Well, I don't know. Sounds like Animal Crossing. You catch a black bass. I'll trade it for the sea bass. Who's giving away a bass anyway? He took the goddamn bus today without telling me. Yikes. Gotta miss the chaos of picking up kids every day. That's what Zen does every day. It's part of his job. It was for charity, one of the biggest bass learning industry. Alright. It was to help build schools for people in Africa who don't have them. Ah, that's cool. Looking forward to Bunny Day on Animal Crossing. Ooh boy, Tiffany, are you looking forward to Bunny Day? This is the next great big holiday. Actually, I'm curious what they're gonna do for a whole year of Animal Crossing. Like when you wake up on March 20th again. What are they gonna do? Peace sign disappears. Now I'm taking his phone away. I'm hopping back into Animal Crossing soon. To be honest, not looking forward to Bunny Day. If you're gonna be a boomer like that, you do not deserve the cat memes as a profile pic. Whenever we play Among Us or Jackbox, it's always so fun, cool and funny. I would love to try out Scribblio with you guys. Yes, maybe. I will consider that to Zen if I do a weekend game. I'd love doing Survive the Internet and the monster games. So funny. Yeah, they're great fun. Really, a lot of Jackbox games are great fun. Should I take off my foot or not? It's very uncomfortable. Well, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure feet don't come off. I'd say keep the foot. Scribbler is only fun if you have speed fire rounds, like you only have 30 seconds to draw. Nah, it's only fun when you have me there who can guess the first word. And then everyone accuses me of cheating. Love trivia games, even though I'm bad at them, I'm learning new things. That's true, yeah. There's actually a lot of things to learn from these trivia games. And eventually they'll reuse the questions so you'll know what the answer is. Your prosthetic leg. Oh, foot, sorry. Well, so long as you know where it is. That's because you do cheat? I don't cheat. I don't know what you guys want me to do. You've been banned from the grass grounds. I don't know what you want me to do. Not guess? Like, I think the biggest one that everyone got, like, really iffed about me was when I guessed lipstick correctly. And, like, he drew a red triangle on a black square, and the first thing I thought was lipstick. Because what's a lipstick? A red thing on a black triangle. Triangle? No, a red triangle on a black rectangle. Is this my full-time job? I guess it is. I guess it is. I don't do anything else other than helping with the with Tiffany's art projects, but yeah. Be very much aware. That was when I had a shit mouse too. I remember drawing that. Oh, you drew it. See, you know I'm not cheating because even you drew that. You were going for a lipstick, and I guessed lipstick. Hold on. Like, okay, guys. Guys. I need your honest opinion about this. Does that look like a lipstick to you? You would have said pencil. It's red. It's got a red tip, and it's coming out of a black rectangle. Honestly, no. It's a. I first guessed it's a lipstick. And then everyone's just like, what? No wham. Nobody said that. You were in the stream too. Are you stabbing your lipstick? Looks like a pointy fingernail. It looks like a lipstick. Here's how I imagine it. Here's how I imagine it, guys. Okay, so... Okay. So you got your black thing right here. The little tube that it lives in. And then you got the red thing that comes out. And all the lipsticks that I've seen are pointy. Like that. They're pointy like that. You don't have a smooth one or a flat one. You have a pointy one. So that you can go around your lips. Not that I know, because I don't do that, but it looks like a lipstick to me. You didn't get that as a lipstick? My mouse was having an icky time because it was bad time processing what I scrolled. It's not cheating. And everyone yelled at me too.
Your horse is fucking cheating. Horse is fucking cheating.
The best biking.
Horse is fucking cheating. Horse cheater.
I'm not cheating.
What is this? That's all you're trying?
Get it, horse.
Look, other people got it. Zencheck got it. Tamtam got it. The stream when Zen forgot his shoe. Forgot his shoes and horse was like Zen, and someone killed the dark, and Zen was like, oh my god, oh my goodness. I'm just giving you grief. Still, like, everyone's just like, Horace cheater, Horace is cheating. But still cheater. See? Even today, you guys are still calling me a cheater.
What? This is it?
How do you get that without me making this bit and everything?
Horse is a fucking.
It just looks like a lipstick. Horace, you've seen one of my drawings, haven't you? In Discord? Maybe. Once you see one of my drawings, can I see how that? I can see how that does look like a lipstick, but it also looks like a fingernail. I mean, if you're gonna guess fingernail first, I understand that, but you gotta at some point realize it's a lipstick, right? Listen, I drew this. My mouse was bad. I'm not faulting you anything, Animu. I guessed what it was instantly. I just have big brain. Yeah, see? May gets it. One said, horse cheater, horse cheater. See, even Bay would have guessed lipstick. So, I wasn't cheating at all. I was just going by what everyone else thinks. My mouse couldn't move because I didn't have a reasonable place to scroll at the time. It ain't your fault, Luna Moody. I mean, I guessed it. I cheat at Animal Crossing? Okay, I do cheat at Animal Crossing, but that's beside the point. This was the days when I would edit crouching down and never just saw back after 2 hours. Yikes. I would hate doing that. If that was like my first introduction to editing, I probably would have quit. So I didn't have to do that every time. Do I cheat at Monopoly as well? When was the last time I played Monopoly? Even that happened to me too. I drew Doritos and only some people guessed it, and everyone was just like, "Oh, you cheated." Yeah, but like an orange triangle, what else are you gonna think that is? A cookie? Yeah, I know it's the A. That's why I said, "Hey, it's me, A. How you A doing?" Horsey cheats at Mario Party. I came third. And Zen came last, and I was very happy that Zen came last. No. Wait. No. He came third? I can't remember. I know he didn't win. And that's what made me happy, is that he didn't win. I had to do that the whole production of the Floppy compilation. Ouch. I think my favorite bit about that video though is the GIF. Do I have that GIF? I feel like I have that GIF somewhere. I can't find it. Now Zen, on the other hand, he came fourth, Horsey, but we'll say that he kept third. Yay! I got third. I loved watching Mario Party 9 out of 10. It was my favorite to watch. When people played it so funny, I wish I got to see all play it and just make jokes. Oh, we're thinking of playing it more. The GIF where you put Zen's head on a horse rider and the horse just kind of jumped in the air and landed on its back. I'm in Mario Party 9 out of 10. Yeah. I think I got that. Or did I say Mario Party 9? Well, I'm gonna get going. Good luck and have fun. And I hope to cross paths again. Oh yeah, definitely tell Nope. Nope. Or just nope. Yeah, thank you so much for coming by, man. You were a lot of fun. Alright, bye mate. Yeah, that took me 2 minutes to make, Lamo. I'm very fast when it comes to animating frames on Vegas. I wish I was too. I do it the hard way. I don't know if that's the same way you do it, and I feel like there's an easy way to like animate in Vegas, but I do it like frame by frame. So like, oh, I can't show it in Vegas. Animating would be so much fun. I wish I could. Yeah, there's a lot of ideas I would like to animate. Like there's a video clip of Zen that I would love to animate. But I would have to like figure out how I'm gonna do it, and also get the encouragement to actually do it. And back, I just wanted to say I forgot I had my foot off. You got suddenly, walking has gotten a lot weirder lately. I would animate Horsey's definitely not being a cheetah. How would that work, Wembley? How would you animate Horse not being a cheetah? I just do it 5 frames at a time usually. Gets the job done. Animating yet tutorial when? Yeah. Moody tutorial?
With no time to waste, I ran till my lungs burned, all the way to the docks. Stealing a boat that was left tied to a post, I rowed out, not knowing which direction to go or even how far. Eventually, when the strength in my arms had failed, I was left alone in the dark, the town far behind me.
Once I get a PC which is comparable with streaming, don't ask questions, Horse. What? I can ask questions. Why don't you want me asking questions? That's a question. And I could just see you guys being these characters: Yoshi, Horse, Wem, Daisy, Toadette. If you got Mario Party 10, Rosalina and Toadette is in it. Zen, Luigi, Wario, Mel, Peach, or Rosalina. When was Wario? Yeah, when was Wario and Perky was Peach? Don't ask questions, Horse. Can I ask a question of why you're holding that knife? This phone is getting chucked in the rain, honestly. Oh, I just realised it autocorrect again. Or Horse would be Toad. Oh dear, don't make me do a Toad voice. Not this time, anyway. My parents are going to be wondering, what the hell are you doing? Lol, no. Yeah, I have to be someone with a mustache. You be a Wembrio. You don't have to. What knife? That knife. It looks like something you'd see in RuneScape, that knife.
Wait. Hang on. The town far behind me, only visible by the dim lamps that lined the streets. Suddenly, the town far behind me. The town far behind me. The town far behind me. Behind me. Only behind me. I was left alone in the dark. The town far behind me, only visible by the dim lamps that lined the streets. Suddenly, I heard the subtle sound of something soft brushing along the underside of my boat. Sound of something soft brushing.
Soft. Bay inspecting the knife like a detective. And Wem saying, oopsies, well, how did that get there? I remember trying to do an editing stream once, but it kept freezing on the stream, which is disappointing. Oh, yeah. I think I caught you streaming one time and it just kept buffering. Yeah, I would like that, Moody. I'd like to see the Moody stream. The Moodster stream. A Moody stream. Not what you think.
Something soft brushing. Sound of something soft.
I'd love to see that too. See, you already got an audience.
Of something soft brushing up. Soft something soft something soft sound of something soft brushing along.
I might have him do that one again as well. I actually do some edits like fan made or for other people. Sometimes I also do YouTube intros and outros for fun. Really? Have you uploaded any of these, Bay? Oh, I didn't link Scribbly on in the description. Let me do that real quick. There we go. Save. I have not yet uploaded any. Mostly I've done it for funsies, but it's always so cool to do it. Cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some of them, Bay. If you want to share them on Discord. That sounds fun.
Soft brushing along the underside of my boat. Some fish are probably curious, I thought, as I lay back to rest. Then as suddenly as it had started, it stopped, and I was left in an oppressive, all-encompassing silence. Soon, it became obvious, however, that my mysterious visitor hadn't left quite yet.
Ike animated logos? I fight for my friends. Like. Just gonna take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, you guys. I see you there, Tiff. Threatening to pull my hooves off. The Langoliers. Guys, are you a fan of the Langoliers? Are you a fan of the Langoliers? Starring Tom Holland. Written in shiny metallic letterings. My sister knew what that was, weirdly, when I mentioned it to her. I thought you were crazy. No, I'm not crazy. Stephen King is crazy. The heck is that? It's the Langolier. Hold on. I am not crazy. Stephen King is the crazy one. Now show it to you. Stephen King's The Langoliers. Starring Tom Holland. Written in big shiny metallic letterings. It's bigger than anyone else's name. Even Stephen King's name. You're crazy for not believing me.
Quite yet. I'm gonna read that again. Soon it became however, that my mysterious visitor hadn't left quite yet. I'm gonna read that. Then as suddenly as it had started, it stopped. Soon it became obvious, however, that my mysterious visitor, and I was left in an oppressive, all-encompassing silence. Soon.
Stream the name. Tom Holland!
Once. Soon it became obvious, however, that my mysterious visitor hadn't left. Soon it became obvious how. Soon it became.
You don't want to be scaring the little girl either in that film.
You're scaring the little girl.
Scaring the little girl! Scaring the little girl! Lady!
Don't scare the little girl! See, you thought I was crazy when I said that. You thought there's no way that there's a film out there that's about that. No, there is. It's called The Langoliers. I am not crazy. You're crazy for not believing me. My heart jumped and escaped. I'm sorry, Tiff. Yes, son. Horse does actually have, indeed, in fact, and most definitely has hooves and legs. Am I being bad? I think so. What makes me doing anything bad?
Soon it became obvious, however, that my mysterious visitor hadn't left quite yet. Splashing to my left, or maybe it was to my right, mysterious visitor hadn't left quite yet.
What's that sound then? It's like Zen's talking to a bucket full of water. Horsey is the bad businessman. Someone's getting a written note. Good job, Zen. You did it.
Visitor hadn't left quite yet. Splashing to my splashing to my left, or maybe splashing to my left, or maybe splashing to my splashing to my left, or maybe it was to my right. Something could be heard, and it was getting closer. As it approached my side, I became noticeably more anxious. What was coming for me? What was its intent? What was its intention? What was coming for me? What was it? Was coming for me? What was its intention? My mind was racing as the splashing disappeared.
That's what I've been doing most of the time. Before stream, I was doing all the extra little edits, and all I could hear was. I entered the room, and then I saw it there on the bed. It was coated in blood. The body of my dignity. Time to make Zen sound song.
My mind was racing as the splashing disappeared, seeming to go. Disappeared.
Oh, disappeared.
Disappeared. Seeming to go under. Splashing disappeared. Seeming to go under my boat. Again, I was gripped by silence. Seeming to go under my boat. Appeared. Seeming to go under my boat. Again, I was gripped by silence. With a heavy With a heavy thud, something hit the side of my boat, hard enough to capsize it. I was thrown into the sea in an instant. Coughing, I came up for air. I hadn't had the time to take a big enough breath, but as I finally got a hold of some of my surroundings, I felt fingers clasp my ankle as I was pulled under the surface without a moment to react. Down, down, down. I was dragged until I was released. The being brushing past my arm. I could feel its harsh scales scrape across my skin, and as I looked to my would-be attacker, all I saw was the inky black abyss that surrounded me. Water truly is terrifying. Your movements are slowed. You can't breathe. You can't smell. You can't hear. All of your senses are dulled or taken away when you're submerged. But as clear as day in that ocean, I heard the sounds of stone grating against stone, as if a boulder was rolling down a slope. I can't put words to it, but at that moment I could feel something moving beneath me, deeper under the sea. A voice unlike any living beings, echoed in my head.
Where was that? This bit?
But as clear as day in that ocean, I heard the sounds of stone grating against stone, as if a boulder was rolling, as if a boulder, as
One season.
against stone, as if a boulder was rolling down a slope. I can't put words to it, but at that moment I could feel something moving beneath me, deeper under the sea. A voice, unlike any living being's, echoed in my head. Francis Thurston, for years you have shown sympathy to those whose minds would be taken by me. Sarah has led you here, and now you shall be my prophet. Panic enveloped me as my limbs flailed, attempting to ferry me to the surface. More and more water could be felt being displaced and moved beneath me as I swam harder than I ever had. Moonlight streamed down, scattered by the water, as I felt this large entity gaining on me. On me.
For years I've been waiting. Is that what the scaly monster's gonna say? Zang can't swim. I'm sure if given time and practice, he could probably swim. And then he won't be so afraid of the water.
Breaching the surface, I swam as fast as I could to the nearest landmass. Evidently, a storm had gathered in my time underwater and had begun pouring. Sheets of rain slapped the water's surface as a rocky cliff came into view. Heaving my exhausted body up onto the rock pile, I turned to where I was just moments ago. Something enormous was rising up out of the ocean, shrouded by the clouds. Its outline was visible through flashes of lightning. Great wings rose, outstretched from its back. Its arms were gigantic, and the outline of tentacles could be seen around its mouth. Its hand rose out of the water, and horrible claws could be seen on each finger. This was the he that Brown referred to.
The he. Man.
In my adrenaline-fueled escape, I hadn't noticed that there were the thing had grabbed escape. In my adrenaline-fueled escape, I hadn't noticed that where the thing had grabbed my ankle, there was a deep gash that was leaking crimson blood. Again, I looked up to see this being, turning slowly towards me, each footstep an earthquake, each breath a hurricane. This being was on a scale wholly unique to itself. I was but an ant in this god's path, and it paid no attention to me. No, this thing had risen above God. This thing was a force of nature. This is the Great Dreamer. This is Cthulhu. Soon my blood loss had become too great, and after a few minutes I succumbed and passed out. I awoke, the sun shining on my face, back in the hotel room. The window was closed, my clothes were dry. I awoke, the sun shining on my passed out. I awoke, the sun shining on my face, back in my the sun. I awoke. I awoke. I awoke. I awoke.
Why is that weak there?
I awoke.
I awoke.
I awoke. The sun shining on my face, back in my hotel room.
I awoke. Yeah. No. Yes.
I awoke. The sun shining on my face, back in my hotel room. The window was I awoke, the sun shining on my face, back in my hotel room. I awoke, the sun shining on my face, back in my hotel room. The window was closed, my cloakroom. Hotel room. The window was closed, my clothes were dry. It was like nothing happened. I got up and walked around asking if there had been a storm the previous night, but no one remembers even seeing so much as a cloud. The previous night, but no one remembers even seeing so much as a cloud. Was it all just a dream? Was I losing my mind because of my profession? Did Mr. Brown's suicide disturb me that deeply? I returned home that night to Frank, waiting at my facility with another bottle of bourbon. So what did you do with Brown's body? So what did you do with Brown's body? What? How do you know about that, Francis? What do you mean? You're the one who had me examine him. No. He committed suicide after he killed his family, Francis. You can't examine a dead man. You know that, right? I sat there in stunned silence. I really was losing my mind. I had made it all up. Was Sarah real? Was I even a psychiatrist? Hey, Francis, what's that scar? That one there on your ankle. Looks pretty bad. Did one of your patients give that to you?
And photo finish.
On your ankle. Looks pretty bad. Did one of your patients give that to you?
Cool. So there's some I would like redoing, but we've chopped them all up. They're ready for sizzling. Alright, so how long have we been streaming for? Nearly 3 hours. Nearly 3 hours, guys. Okay, so I'll get Zen to redo some of these, and then either next stream or maybe I'll do it out off stream. I will add in the sound effects and then the visuals. But for now, I'm probably going to be calling it night now. So, for everyone that came by, thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come and talk with me, to watch me edit. I had a lot of fun today. And if you're new here, please do consider subscribing to the channel. More content like this will be up, and you don't want to miss them. And if you haven't already, please do like the stream. It really does help us out. And yeah, hope you all have a nice day and stay safe.